I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. The Maiden of Mischief joins us. Elloriah, hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So, tell me, Maiden of Mischief, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, my name's Elloriah, and as introduced, I'm the Maiden of Mischief, and I'm a Australian Maiden only VTuber. I come from a group of VTubers, and we're called Underrealm Gaming, and we're all based in the UK. And I stream cozy content, Final Fantasy, and it's a little bit sussy sometimes.
And art as well. You've been doing a lot of art online. So
yeah, I do.
Yeah. So how long have you been a VTuber?
It's a year really now. On the 29th of June will be the very first stream I did on my own as a VTuber. So it's coming up real quick.
Yeah,
it's a year.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like you got off to a really good start. Was this something you wanted to do, or on your own, or did you just come out of the blue, or was there somebody that got you into it?
So me and my friends, we've kind of dabbled in streaming before, and it all kind of started off as this little Discord group called Kill the Repeat. And we all know each other in person. We all play like D&D. We're all big geeks. And over COVID, we all got together to form this little Discord. And one of the guys called Baldosis, he's also a VTuber. He was like, "Hey, I think we should do a charity stream, like a 24-hour charity stream." Now, I wasn't involved in that, but I still knew the people that were involved. And then a few weeks later, he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, Elloriah, we didn't think this stream would kick off as much as it has, and we're all really into doing it. Would you be interested in joining us?" And he said, "You're really good with admin. You work in payroll. We also need someone to admin the server, etc., etc." Yeah, no problem, my friend. I don't know how payroll relates to admin in a Discord, but hey ho.
Yeah, that's interesting. You can do all these work things, and we need somebody to do some work.
Yeah, yeah, and we started off streaming as a group just on Waldos's channel, Monster Hunter Rise, I believe it was, and his wife Tiny, also a VTuber. She drew us all these little PNGs to represent ourselves, and before we knew it, we'd slowly kind of dipped our toes into the VTubing sphere. And then one day, Waldosis came to us all. It's like, "Hey guys, did you know there's this thing called VTubing where you don't have to show your face on stream and you can get cool characters? So we've practically been doing it anyway. We're called PNG tubers." I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And that's how it started.
So you were doing it before you even knew what you were doing.
Yeah. Because we did a Christmas one shot for D&D. And it all showed our faces, and we had a great time. But after we kind of finished the stream, a lot of us were like, "Oh, I wasn't quite comfortable showing my face."
Right.
I was there I don't want to waste my makeup. I can't be bothered with that. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to have to face the screen. Yeah. There was the face issue there. Well,
I mean,
so that's why we kind of moved to the chibi.
Yeah, I was in radio for 35 years. I had a perfect face for it. So, no one got to see me either. I was very happy with that.
Yeah, so I kind of I have a bit of I'm training to be a radiographer.
Oh.
So working with the public, and as such, I want my streaming life and my home life completely separate. So I don't want my face there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No.
Yeah, and plus it does give you a chance to be a little more out there than you would. If
exactly.
Yourself.
Yeah.
And that's always a lot of fun. I mean, were you somebody who always wanted to be entertaining people on stage, that type of person?
See, no. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily the kind of person that is will jump at the opportunity to perform or be front and center. However, when I'm with a group of people, I I am very outgoing. I tell a lot of jokes. And I have been in quite a few like stage productions, like through schools. I did a lot of like drama and like choir and such like that. So being entertaining and being on stage, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, this is what I want to do for like the rest of my life. This is an aspiration of mine. I just enjoyed doing it. And it was always kind of like a step back, like a side character. So I never got like, star of the show,
You were a
you know what I mean?
You were a character actor.
Yeah, I would have shat myself, to be honest.
I understand exactly what you're talking about. I don't like getting in front of a lot of people either, and I've had times where I was talking to thousands on the radio, but I couldn't get out in front of 20 people and talk.
Yeah, it is scary, it is, and I think being a VTuber and having that persona, that barrier almost of your avatar really helps with that, because then I feel like, oh, if I make a fool of myself, which I do on the daily, at least they won't recognize me walking down the street. You know what I mean?
That's another big thing about it, and we do have a lot of parallel to that in what we did in the radio business back then, because a lot of radio people would change their names to go on the radio, adopt personalities that they normally wouldn't do, especially if they were radio disc jockey types, and would try to do double lives that way. Maybe not very successfully, and they certainly weren't making any money at it. which is why a lot of us aren't there anymore. But there is a little bit of a parallel, and you get to talk to a lot of people who may never see, which is
exactly, and it's nice making those connections as well, and being able to reach people that you would have never dreamed about speaking to. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and it kind of just dawned on me. I was like, oh wow, like this person lives in Japan, like they are like across the other side of the world to me, in a completely different time zone, living a completely different life in terms of like their culture and their mannerisms, and like we're buddies. And it just it astounded me, you know what I mean?
Because they're standing upside down to you on that part of the world.
yeah, literally.
It really is a great technology for a lot of people to be able to do it, and not only that, but people are able to show their talents in a way that 20 years ago wouldn't have been possible. 10 years ago probably wouldn't have been possible. And,
100%.
And you are doing a lot of art streams online too. Have you always been an artist, or are you an aspiring artist?
A bit of both. I always kind of like drawing pictures as a kid and like doodling. Like my school books and homework were filled with doodles. But I never, again, I didn't pursue it. Even though I enjoyed doing it, I always kind of pursued the more academic side to me, I guess.
Right.
Like kind of going like down science, and I've got a psychology degree, for example, and I'm working towards a second degree. But I've always enjoyed art and singing and etc. etc. And throughout COVID, I bought an iPad, and I thought, I'm going to try and reconnect with my art, and I started using my iPad, and my iPad broke this year.
Oh no!
Sad times. Yeah, I dropped it at university and just smashed. I was like, oh no,
not fair.
Yeah, but then that means now that I've moved to a different medium. Like I'm now using my computer mainly, and like a Wacom, and really kind of refining my art style and learning new techniques in ways that I wasn't before, because I'm taking it more seriously now. I'm really enjoying, to be honest. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, actually, with the art side of things. Well, it's very recent.
I talked to some other folks who do art online, and they seem to really enjoy showing people the process of how something comes together. Do you occasionally get backseat artists?
Yeah, so I sometimes get backseat artists, but
Oh.
for the most part, I'm I'm thankful for it at like my current kind of capabilities.
Mm.
Because they're teaching me new ways to do things or quicker ways to do work with digital art, or for example, like composition
Mm.
and anatomy,
Mm.
which at my stage is really, really helpful.
I'm gonna say
I
that.
feel like maybe this time I'll be like, let me
Yeah.
do my own thing.
I'm gonna mention one word, and please don't hang up.
Okay.
Hands.
Pardon, sorry?
Hands. Hands. How tough is hands for you?
Hands. No. No, you said the
Knocked you for a loop there, didn't I?
word. Yeah. I one of my recent art streams, I was drawing I got a picture of basically Elloriah,
Mm.
but in like my personal clothes. That's like something that I would wear.
Right.
And I got to the hand and I was like, why did I decide to do this? And I think I spent 2 hours on one hand,
Oh my
right? On this
gosh.
stream.
It's just so.
And you know what?
Did,
I actually came out okay. My relief when it was done, I was like, oh, guys, I did it. Blood, sweat, and tears. I drew up one singular hand.
and then the other hand is covered by a snow mitten.
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
That one goes behind the back.
and so you're completely self-taught with this, aren't you?
Yeah, 100% self-taught.
Whoa.
I'm kind of an observer by nature,
Mm-hmm.
and how I learn. I learn through observing and doing myself. If someone kind of like tells me how to do something or tries to walk me through it, I'm like, I've got no idea what you're talking about, bro. I don't know my left and my right. But if I watch someone do it myself, I very much pick up how to do things. And I learn from mistakes, or like, okay, well, what should I have done better like last time? So I don't know. Like, for example, my most recent commission, I've learned new things that I should have done last time.
Well,
if that makes sense.
No,
I've kind of look like reflected on my art and gone, okay.
Yeah, well,
Definitely I'm going to do this instead.
First of all, you're an artist, and nothing is ever going to be finished completely because you're always going to be tweaking with stuff because that's the way you guys are. Also, you're still learning on the job as far as that's concerned, and
yeah.
The great part about this is that you don't have any outside sources telling you that you're wrong, that you should be doing it this way. You're still keeping your basic talent and your basic vision for what you want, and kind of taking other things and adapting it to you rather than the other way around.
Yes, 100%. I like to figure out what works for me and what I like. And whether that's, I like taking this technique to do, I don't know, the line work, for example, which someone has shown me. And then someone else said, like, oh, if you try this with your line work to make it better, it will be smoother. So I've taken kind of like advice from two different artists and gone, well, I like this piece from this one and this piece from this one, and then gone, and this is how I like to do my artwork now.
There you go.
This is how I like to do my line work. Yes.
That's good stuff. And you are doing commissions right now?
I am, yeah. I am doing commissions.
All right.
I only recently opened up my coffee, and my friends like flooded it, and I'm just like, oh my god! I was expecting like one emo, and now I've got like a month and a half's worth of work.
I would like a family portrait, not just of me and my family, but everybody I'm related to.
Oh my god, it would take me months.
Back to the 1800s. Just
the whole family tree.
That's right. Mine's more like a hedge, actually, than a tree. It goes all over the place. As far as your degree that you've gotten, have you been able to look at VTubing in a little bit different point of view, and the people who are doing it, because you have that study behind you?
Um, Not necessarily, no. I'm not a registered counsellor.
No.
I've not done a counselling degree or a counselling course. I've just kind of done psychology as a degree.
Right.
But that has kind of enabled me to see, like understand behaviour behind things, as opposed to, I don't know, diagnosing someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I kind of can go like, okay, well, I can see how this person's working. Maybe this might be the cause. Or I can go, I don't know, for example, like clickbaiting on Twitter. Like that's a massive thing in the VTubing sphere, right?
Yes.
Like I can kind of go, okay, well, that's how they're kind of getting people to do their clickbait.
Right.
It's hard to explain.
But it does kind of give you a little bit different angle in seeing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the different angles, more of like on behavior kind of things, as opposed to completely understanding a person, because you'll never understand a person. No one will ever understand anyone other than themselves. You know,
there's some of these people you don't want to understand.
Oh, definitely.
I don't
There's
even.
Some people I go, absolutely not.
No,
Block.
I'm not going to try. Go home and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to see that that you're able to kind of bring that over a little bit. And does that? I mean, maybe not consciously, but maybe that affects a little bit how you work with your chat too, a little bit.
Yes, it does do. I do give my authentic self anyway. But it works in a sense of like kind of incentives. It sounds so like when I spell it out, it sounds so manipulative, and it is definitely not manipulative. It is just like basic, like reward and like negative reinforcement and positive reinforcement kind of principles, which you know you can go onto Google and search that up, you know. But it's kind of like, okay, well, if I say this, like if I say, okay, for big example, if I say, oh my god, don't clip that, what's someone going to go and do? They're
going to clip it a million times in different ways.
Exactly, because I'm like, oh my god, no, don't do that. Like,
oh no,
but I can't want to go and clip it myself. Like they'll go and do it for me because I said that.
You hold up your hands. And, oh no, please don't.
Oh no. Yeah, exactly.
We used to call that.
That's so dumb of me. Don't do that.
we used to call that marketing in radio.
Yeah.
But as far as the games you do on stream, what type of games are you into right now?
So I'm playing through all of the Final Fantasy games. I've played Final Fantasy 14 since Realm Reborn, so over 10 years now, pretty much. And I've never played any of the Final Fantasies except for 13 and 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just play through all of the Final Fantasy games. And that's what kind of initially made me start up my own channel. That was the goal. And I started at 1. I'm currently at the end of 6. It's taken a whole year to get to the end of 6. They are very long games.
and they're on what, 15 or 16 now?
Yeah, there's like 16 of them now. Like Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've ensured content for a while.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Like I set the kind of goal for myself, and I said, well, at least I'll have content for the next 5 years of my life.
So which one am I on now? Is it? Oh no, that's a remake. I don't want to do that one.
I am going to be doing the remakes after I finish the main lines. Yeah. Like a few people have asked me to play through 14 as well, and I was like, about that, my friends, don't know about that.
Well, it's also kind of a tribute to the game itself and what they've been able to keep up, and people constantly look for, even if one of the efforts isn't their best, people still look forward to the next one, no matter what they say.
Exactly. It is. I think it's like a nostalgia effect with Final Fantasy these days, as opposed to kind of the love of the games themselves. I'm not saying that the games aren't amazing that they bring out. Apparently 16 is absolutely phenomenal. But I think it definitely is a nostalgia effect now with Final Fantasy, especially like with the remake of 7.
Giving it the better graphics and that stuff,
yeah. I have played the first installment of the remake on PlayStation 4 back in lockdown, but I've not played like the new version remake. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah,
the new disc of the remake.
Yeah. the add-on, the extra parts. Yeah. Well, it's something that's going to keep you going for sure when you have your ideas right now. But I don't think you're going to have any problem with ideas. Obviously, being an outgoing and multi-talented person online here. Are there? I mean, is there anything else you want to do with your channel? You've already doing the art and the games. Is there anything else that comes to mind you'd like to do?
I have done one Just Talking stream in the past. I was wrapping up my Christmas presents for my family. Yeah. And I was like, I really don't want to do this chore. I'm just going to do a Just Talking stream while I wrap.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
and it worked out really well.
Yeah. My wife doesn't let me wrap any presents anymore because they all look like Tootsie Rolls at the end.
No. Do you just kind of get like the sellotape and just wrap it around as well? Yeah. Knew it.
You're gonna rip it off anyway. What's the difference? You're such a man.
I understand that. I don't do it pretty as long as it's covered. I get that.
It's covered. You can't see it. That's good.
But I think for my birthday and affiliate anniversary stream, I might be doing karaoke, but I don't know. I might be doing karaoke. I'm still a bit like a bit self-conscious for that, but we might. If I maybe have a few drinks, maybe then.
Suggestions for drinks will be taken.
Suggestions for drinking. Please make it rum.
The later it goes, the more songs that will be sung.
At midnight, I'm going to be singing. What's it? Total Eclipse of the Heart. You bet.
There'll be Bonnie Tyler all night long. That's hilarious. Have you got something big coming up right now? I mean, here recently that you're going to be doing?
So this weekend, I'm taking part in the Summer Slam.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's good stuff. Thank you for that. That's. It's always good to see folks coming together for good causes like this. And I've been able to talk to a couple folks that are going to participate.
Now, the whole group is participating. We're doing a 20-hour relay.
Cool.
And we're all going to be ending on Waldosis' channel for a short, like, TTRPG horror run kind of thing. And I'm playing like it's a very specific like character trope.
Yeah.
I'm playing that one stoner counselor at the summer camp whose father is the sheriff, so they don't get in trouble for dealing to the kids.
Right.
But that's a very specific character trope, but I really wanted to do it because it's funny.
Man, there's a lot of you could have been in a lot of 80s movies with that.
Yeah, like that's like the whole deal. Like I usually play. We've done like a few of these. It's called Shiver. The what we're using, and for a few of them, I've played like the cheerleader kind of character because we do like cheesy 80s horror.
Oh yeah,
for every single one of them. And I says, guys, do I really have to do this Valley Girl voice for 4 hours straight? And they're like, yes, you do. And I was like, God damn it.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God, guys, there's a killer on the loose. 4 hours straight. I lost my mind.
Then you fit. If you do it without your mind, you fit perfectly into the old Valley Girl thing. I was alive then. I know how they go.
Yeah, it was. It was all live. I can't take myself seriously at the best of times. So like halfway through, like I'm there like, oh my God, guys, we're gonna die. And I'm like crying behind my mic for how ridiculous it is.
You keep muting yourself so you don't just take over the whole thing.
Oh no. The laughs stay in. They've got to. It makes it better.
So that's so something like that's coming up this weekend. So folks,
yes, so that's this weekend. Yeah.
So folks,
the 29th.
Folks, the 29th, we'll be out plenty of time for that. So folks, make sure you find out what's going on, and find out what's going on with Elloriah on the regular channels. Now you've got the coffee going, right? I do. I keep calling it Ko-Fi because of where it's. I got Wi-Fi on the mind. I'm an old man.
I've had a few people call it Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi.
Wow.
I don't know how to actually say it. I'll just say coffee because that's what it looks like. Yeah, I might be wrong though.
Yeah, well, we'll call it coffee because we'll have that and all that in the descriptions for the interview here on the channel. And Elloriah, I really appreciate you coming on. It's been a lot of fun talking to you. A lot of fun meeting you. Sounds like you've got a great head and talent for all this, and everything's just gonna keep rising. And thank you again for what you're doing coming up this Saturday. It's great to know that people are willing to give back like that, and it's good stuff.
Oh, it's all good fun. Thank you for having me on your podcast. It's been absolutely amazing.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.